Hello, friendly fish. Today we're going to be talking about some shapes. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to review some of our flat shapes that we already learned about. Flat shapes are shapes that you can draw on a flat piece of paper, or in my case, a flat whiteboard. And they're shapes that we have already learned, but it's been a little while since we've talked about them. So we're going to go over them one more time and see what you can remember. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a bunch of shapes on my whiteboard that are all the same shape. And your job is to look and think and then tell me, what kind of shapes are these? You ready? What kind of shape do you think it's going to be? Okay, take a look. What kind of shape are these shapes? These shapes are what? They're circles. I'm going to go ahead and write the word circle at the bottom of my whiteboard. And what I want from you is I want for you to write the word circle on a paper and draw some circles. If you need to pause the video while you do that, and then start it back up when you're ready for the next shape, go ahead. Okay, I'm going to start drawing our next shape while you're drawing. Okay, here comes our next shape. What kind of shape are these shapes? What are these shapes? These shapes are triangles. I'm going to go ahead and write triangle at the bottom. I want you to write the word triangle, and I want you to draw some triangles. Our next shape is going to be a little different. Let's see. Think about, what shape do you think it could be? What have we not done yet? What kind of shape are these? What are these shapes called? They are what? They are rectangles. So I'm going to write the word rectangle at the bottom. Rectangle. I want you to write on a piece of paper the word rectangle and draw me some rectangles. Now, one thing to remember about rectangles is there's a very special kind of rectangle. What is the special kind of rectangle called? I'm going to let you think about it. I'm going to draw one. I'm going to draw a very special rectangle. This is my special rectangle. What is it called? It's called a... That's right, it's called a square. Why is it called a square? because all four sides are the same. If you turn it, you can tell all four sides are the same length. This side is the same as this side, is the same as this side, is the same as this side. All right, last shape for us to review. What kind of shape are these? Let's count how many sides we see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 sides on this shape. What's a 6-sided shape called? It's called a... That's right, it's called a hexagon. So I'm going to write down hexagon. Here's our word hexagon. Now for this one, I just want you to do one really good hexagon. So you only have to draw one, but draw a really nice one. Do your best work. If you need some help from a grown-up, that's okay. You're going to write the word hexagon. Now, quick review. A rectangle has how many sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sides. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3, 4. And a special kind of rectangle where all the sides are the same is called a square. And it also has 4 sides, 2, 3, 4, and 4 corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, because it is also a rectangle. It's just a special kind of rectangle. How many sides does a triangle have? 1, 2, 3. And how many corners? 1, 2, 3. All right, so now, how many sides does a circle have? 1. Fix that a little bit. 1 side, 1. And how many corners? 0. A circle has 0 corners, none. Okay, now that we did our flat shapes, we get to do the fun part, which is our solid shapes. And you're gonna go on a solid shape scavenger hunt in your house, which is what I already did. I have all my shapes right over here, but you can't see them yet. I'm gonna show you one at a time. These are the things that I found. When you're done with your scavenger hunt, you can take a picture of all the cool stuff you found in your house, or if you want to, you can make me a video and show me just like I'm about to show you. Our first solid shape is called a sphere. Can you say that? Sphere. A sphere is just like a ball. So I have a sphere right here. This is a sphere. Another sphere that you have in your house and I have in my house, well, not in our house, but everyone has it, kind of, is the earth. The earth is a huge, giant sphere that we are standing on top of. It's so big that when you look, it looks like it's flat, right? You just look, it goes on and on and on and on, looks like it's flat. But it's actually a huge, super huge sphere. So if you have a globe in your house, that's going to be another sphere that you might be able to look for. I don't have a globe at my house. We have one in our classroom, but I don't have it here at home. So here's one sphere. I also found this sphere. This sphere is a sphere that Cheddar likes to play with. Now this is not a perfect sphere because it has stuff cut into it, but we can pretend because it's basically a ball, so that makes it a sphere. I also found this sphere, an orange. Usually I have tangerines, which are like smaller spheres, but today I have oranges. So that's the sphere that I found. Those are all the spheres I found. I'm going to write down the word sphere, and I want you to write it down too. And what you can do is you can write sphere on a piece of paper, and then you're going to go all around and collect up any spheres that are in your house, anything you can find. Remember to make sure that it's stuff you're allowed to touch. So if it's stuff that's just for grown-ups, leave it where it is. You're going to put all the spheres on top of your piece of paper that says sphere. If you take a look, you'll notice that the f sound in sphere is actually a PH. Okay. Next solid shape. Our next solid shape is a cube. A cube. Now you might be thinking, oh, I already know something that has that word in it. A Rubik's Cube. I don't have a Rubik's Cube here at my house, but you might have a Rubik's Cube at your house, and that shape is a cube. A cube is a cube because every single side is a square. So it's 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares. It's kind of like a 3D square. So this is a cube. This is a tissue box that's empty that I found. This is a cube. Another cube that I found in my house was this jewelry box. This jewelry box is a cube. Let's count the square sides. 1 square, 2 squares, 3 squares, 4 squares, 5 squares, 6 squares. 6 squares makes a cube. There's my cube. And then the last cube I found was this box from when I bought a brush that you can use in the shower. And it's a little bit off of being a cube, but it's almost a cube. It's almost a perfect cube. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason I say it's a little bit off is because on a cube, all the sides should be the same kind of square exactly. On this one, these are a little bit more like rectangles, but they're close. So you might find boxes that are something called a rectangular prism, which is very fancy, and it just means that it's kind of a cube, but not all. It's like almost a cube. This one though, this is a perfect cube. Every side is a square that's the same. 6 squares has the sides. Okay, so that's cubes. Next one is cylinders. Oh wait, before we go to cylinders, got to write down cube. For your paper, you're going to write down cube. And then you are going to look around your house. You're going to find a bunch of cubes and you're going to put them onto the cube paper. Again, you can take a picture or you can make a video, however you want to do it. So right here, cube. And you can tell it would say ub if there was no E, but the silent E makes the U say its own name. So cube. So we have the E, and the E makes the U say U. So cube, cube. Okay, now we're going to move on to cylinder. All right, got to plug in my computer, make sure it doesn't die. Okay, here we go. Cylinders, I found a bunch. Found so many. I bet you can find a lot too. First one I found was a Pringles can, because a cylinder has a circle as the top and a circle as the bottom. And it can be tall, like this cylinder, or it can be short and fat, like this cylinder, as long as it has a circle on the top and a circle on the bottom. This is some spices. It's seasoned salt. So circle on the top, circle on the bottom. So there's 2 cylinders, Pringles can and spices. I have some more cylinders. This cylinder is a can of Coke, circle on the bottom, circle on the top, and then straight up and down. Found some peanut butter, circle on the top, circle on the bottom. That's another cylinder. This one is a really, really short cylinder. circle on the top, circle on the bottom, and then you can just see it's super short. It's so short. So I think my tallest cylinder is my Pringles can, and my very shortest cylinder is my coaster. So this is a coaster that my friend made for me to put drinks on top of. Super, super short, so short. And I've got one more cylinder, which is this bottle, medicine bottle. Circle on the top, circle on the bottom. So I've got so many cylinders. Oh wait, I have more cylinders. I forgot I had so many. This one you guys know from school. The speaker that we use to listen to music. Circle on the top, circle on the bottom, go straight up and down. It's a cylinder. This one is very useful right now. Helps keep us safe. Clorox wipes, circle on the top, circle on the bottom. It's a cylinder. And this is also a helpful one right now for if you're cleaning things. Paper towels. Circle, circle. Goes straight up and down between the circles. There's another cylinder. All right, so I'm going to write the word cylinder right here for you to then go and search in your house to find as many cylinders as you can. And I want a picture or a video to show me what you find. This one is easy to find, so it's a really good one to look for. Okay, we've got one more shape, one more 3D shape, one more solid shape left. The last solid shape is the hardest one to find in your house. At least it was for me. I only found one thing that was this shape, and I had to look really hard. And then I actually ended up making another one so that I would have more than one. The only thing I could find was this one thing. This shape is called a cone. And I bet you can guess what it's going to look like. It's going to look like an ice cream cone. I don't have any ice cream cones in my house, so I couldn't use that. But I found this party hat. So if you don't think about the streamers, this is a cone. So a cone has a circle on the bottom, but then it just comes up to a point on the top. So pretend there's no streamers on there, it comes up to a point. So that's a cone. Now, so that I would have one more example, I made a paper cone. So you can do this too. If you don't have any cones in your house, you can make a paper cone. I made mine with this kind of paper, but you can make yours with construction paper and it might work a little bit better. So you can see that the bottom is a circle, and then it comes up to a point. Now my point is a little bit open, but it's supposed to be all the way shut, like the one that's on here. So these are my cones. So I'm going to write the word cone on my board, and you can copy it onto your paper that's for cones. And this is another one where it has a silent E, right? Because this would say con, but the E makes the O say its own name. Cone. So we have the word cone. So go around your house and see if you can find any cones. It's kind of tricky, but maybe you have a toy that's shaped like a cone, or you have ice cream cones at your house. So I'm really excited to see what you guys find. So just a quick reminder, you're going to be looking for, oh, I forgot. I found one more thing that's kind of a cone. It's only sort of a cone. It looks like this, and it's called a cone because it's a cone that goes onto a dog. So my puppy had to wear this cone for a little bit to make sure he wasn't scratching his face because his face got a little bit hurt. But you would need it to keep going up this way to a point for it to be a full cone. So it's like the bottom is the circle, but then it's like someone cut the top of the cone off, like that, cut it off. But I thought I'd show it to you guys anyways. So now just a reminder, you're going to be looking for a cone, as many cones as you can find, cylinders, cubes, and spheres. Okay? So, great luck. Have a great time on your scavenger hunt. Remember to ask a grown-up about things you're not sure if you're allowed to touch, because we don't want to get in trouble. Okay, and then I'm looking forward to seeing all of your pictures and videos to show me all the things that you found. All right, have a wonderful day. Mwah.